what's going on, you limp-wristed, lingerie-wearing liver lickers? Welcome to Grunt Speak Live, your source for the inebriated truth in a world gone mad. I'm Toxic Male, and that is the Flappy Fisticuffer.
What the fuck? Where are you coming up with all this?
Well, thanks to VK, who sent me an email today with like 26 different ways of calling you Fat Punisher. I'm not going to be running out for a while.
Damn him.
Damn it. What else we got here? So we got the Corpulent Cavalier, the Chunky Chastener, the Capacious Curb Stomper, the Burly Beatdowner, the Adipose Avenger, Husky Hero, Flabby Fighter, my personal favorite, the Elephantine Equalizer, Porky Paladin, Portly Paladin, Roly-Poly Retaliator, Roomy Revenger, Round Redresser, Vast Vigilante, and Zaftig Zeroizer.
I never would have come up with those Z words.
And, of course, Meaty Avenger. The meaty male.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But today we were supposed to have a hamster with us. Unfortunately,
He caught the coof?
he caught the coof. And I was just happened to be talking to this gentleman here all day. You all know him. You all love him. Red Rhino, back in the house. How you doing, good sir?
What's going on, guys? I guess the hamster got out of the cage, so they had to round up the rhino.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice haircut.
Oh, thanks, man.
I like it.
It's pretty close to the evil Bert, just
It
a little
is.
too long on top.
No, the evil Bert was longer.
Evil Bert was longer. Oh, okay.
I used to have to. I got yelled at, and I would just cut it short with my knife.
That's a way to do it.
Whatever works.
And they'd be like looking at me, like, "Are you fucking serious?" It's a minute, sir. All right, I'm good.
Is it better now? All right.
Why don't you go to Victory and go see a real barber? Yeah. I got more important things to do than worry about my haircut in a war zone.
Right.
No, it's hygiene. Hygiene is very important, especially if you're in a place where your feet can. That was the lesson that I took away from Forrest Gump, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you could carry your feet and try not to do anything stupid like getting yourself killed.
Yes.
Yeah. Are those NECA figurines that you were telling me about? The Turtles ones behind you there, Rhino?
Yeah. Just got those. Probably spent more than I should have on them, but
Exactly.
It is what it is.
You collect a bunch of that stuff?
I collect a whole bunch of crap, man. Spawn, Star Wars, TMNT.
Nice.
I do costume stuff, so yeah. That's where my savings went.
Well, I got a buddy of mine. Well, not anymore. He passed away like 6 months ago. 8 months ago. But when he died, his house was just full of all that memorabilia stuff.
Oh, yeah?
He had an acre of comic books.
Whoa.
It's like your entire basement with nothing but shelving with comic books.
Damn.
Probably had like $2 million worth of shit in there.
If only we weren't in such a shitty economy and could actually, give people with disposable income a chance to buy that shit.
Yeah, well, it's probably all disposed of by now.
Yeah.
I didn't have any hand in it, so.
Hey, what was the figures on Tuesday? People spent more on taxes last year than healthcare, food, and gas combined, or something.
Pretty much something like that.
This is insane.
Some insane fucking craziness that we should all be pissed off about, but because
bread and circuses.
Well, they're really good at pulling the wool over our eyes, and then meth and dicks.
It's all their story.
Yeah,
it's always meth and dicks.
That's Kamala's story. And I was joking about this with Rhino earlier. I said, you know what? In Joe Biden's America, you don't need a watch or a calendar anymore because it's always past half past kiss my ass and a quarter to suck my dick. And every day is opposite day.
Yeah.
So you go over here, and here we go. Come swallow it, heels up, pull my Harris, insists that the border is secure even though we're on pace to have 2 million illegal entries in a year for the first time ever. And when she's questioned about it, you're confident the border's secure? Yeah, but we have problems because of Trump.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
You want to hear it straight from the whore's mouth? Okay.
Final topic here.
Oh, my God.
We're here in Texas. I want to ask you about the border. Would you call the border secure?
I think that there is no question that we have to do what the president and I asked Congress to do. Is the first request we make.
That's not an answer.
Pass
No.
a bill to create a pathway to citizenship. The border is secure, but we also have a broken immigration system, in particular over the last 4 years before we came in, and it needs to be fixed.
Oh,
Too many people
the last
cross this
4
border
years
for the first
is
time
screwed
ever.
up.
You're confident this border's secure?
We have a secure border in that is a priority for any nation, including ours and our administration.
This
But
is
there
so
are
full of
still
shit.
a lot of problems that we are trying to fix, given the deterioration that happened over
She's
the
never
last
been to the
4
border
years.
yet, has she?
I can't believe that we got problems because Trump. You mean the guy with record lowest level of border crossings? A 23.7 decline from Obama's last year in office. This was in 2017. It got lower after this.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, and that's who's they put up to run the show.
Yep,
I mean,
she's the border czar, and yet she has not visited the border once.
that woman has got the 30-pound brain hand right up her vagina.
I don't know. Can I toggle the screen share? What, can you not see it?
I'm just staring at you.
Oh, you're just staring at me.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. You're supposed to... Oh, okay. I must be looking at this here. Hang on. Boop.
Uh-huh.
Did it freeze over on your side?
No, it's not frozen. I'm just staring directly at you.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to fix it because I tried to fix it earlier. We'll get her done.
Yeah, not a big deal.
No worries.
You son of a bitch. Oh, okay, here we go. I see the problem now. I have to click the check mark in order to
There
make
it
that
is.
work.
All
There you go.
right.
See, now you can see that.
There you go.
And you can see that. I swear I did this earlier, but apparently I didn't blue check mark myself on a Microsoft product.
Well, we have to have work opportunities for Murphy.
Well, yeah. I mean, Murphy is like unofficially on our payroll. And he's always like sneaking 50s out of my underwear drawer, fucking bastard.
And Murphy's a whore.
He is. Not as big of a whore as our vice president, but you know.
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
But my favorite thing though is that we've got two governors right now who are just going balls out savage with this immigration situation to the point where it makes me smile, and there's not much lately that's making me smile.
I would love to see Arizona and Nevada do the same thing.
Yep.
Like everyone on the southern border, they just round up their illegals and send them right to where they are.
Exactly. And here it is. This is just one of two. And I mean, this has been ongoing for a while now. Abbott's been busing people to Washington, D.C.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, when these illegals show up on the footsteps of people who want these policies but don't want them in their backyard, then all of a sudden it's a problem.
Well, the thing is, one of the reasons why they're doing this is they want to show this hypocrisy up front row center.
Yep. Kamala, come swallow heels up, pull my Harris, who just claimed the border's secure, got a rude awakening this morning with 101 illegal aliens at her front door, courtesy of Texas.
Yeah!
Very nice. Very nice.
Yep, 2 buses of 101 migrants, mostly from Venezuela, arrive outside of E.P. Harris's house in D.C., sent by Greg Abbott. One migrant tells the reporter that he believes the border's open.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yep, they're just chilling, you know. It's like Woodstock around here, only less weed.
That's beautiful.
I wonder how many of them have clothes made out of Venezuelan currency.
Oh, that would be hilarious if we could find one.
Is it, I mean, they got smartphones and everything.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know, they're totally coming from, you know, like horrible.
Well, I don't give a fuck where they have horrible conditions in their own fucking country. Fuck them.
I mean, our impoverished have a better life than most people who are supposedly well off in other countries.
Yeah, like we should not be letting people in this country before we can take care of our own people.
Yeah,
this is ludicrous.
And one of the things that irritates me is I happen to have somebody on social media that I've just seen wanted to officially become a U.S. citizen, and they were forced. They're told, we'll revoke it unless you take the jab. Meanwhile,
Really?
these people are crossing the thousands a day with no requirements at all.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Well, first of all, I mean, I could go on. Well, I don't want to get slammed over
It's
new
not
tech
like
too
it's
quickly.
literally almost 100 times worse than the disease.
Pretty
It's
much.
not like we didn't give you receipts about that on Tuesday or anything.
Yeah. We really can't go into any more detail here without flipping the toggle to alt tech.
But I mean, the point that you brought up is perfect. I mean, what is the percentage of the homeless that are veterans? Like a third?
It's 17 to 25%, something like that.
I thought it was like a third.
No,
More than that.
well, the thing is you have a massive homeless male population.
Yeah.
And out of all of those males, from the studies I've looked at, it's like 15 to 25, maybe 30% are veterans.
Damn.
But that's reprehensible.
Yeah, it is. But of course, whenever women are homeless, then suddenly we have a homeless problem.
Oh, yeah. It's only a problem when it's women.
I'm checking this out here. I want to be sure. We get an actual number here? No, of course not.
I mean, literally, there's the VFW put out some stats.
Yeah.
American Legion did a few, but they jump all over the board.
Over 40,000 vets without shelter in the U.S. on any given night. Number of vets experiencing homelessness is down by over 40% since 2011. Probably thank a certain president for that. Leading causes of homelessness among vets: PTSD, social isolation, unemployment, substance abuse.
Actually, they need to put divorce in there.
Yeah, divorce really needs to be in there.
That's a huge one.
I mean, the social isolation and unemployment usually comes from the divorce.
Yep.
Veterans account for 11% of homeless adults in the U.S., but that sounds really low.
It does, actually.
I mean, didn't you say they have a hard time tracking these dudes after
5 years?
Yeah.
They quit tracking them.
There you go.
That's why I think the suicide rate's higher than 22 a day.
Oh, it's probably way higher than that.
Yeah.
Because they don't know.
Nope. What we do know is that, I don't know, Ron DeSantis is racking up the cool points every fucking day. Ronnie D just sent 2 planes full of illegals to Barack and Hillary's fancy backyards in Martha's Vineyard.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's amazing. I freaking love it.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, this is when you have political leaders doing shit like this.
Yeah.
Violence is not far behind.
Obama's got a $15 million oceanside mansion. Isn't he one of these people saying that the ocean's going to rise and wipe us all out?
Well, that's pretty much what he said for his entire 2 terms.
Yeah.
And then he just bought a $15 million house in Martha's Vineyard.
Yes.
Or somebody bought it for him.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you add up all of the money he should have got getting paid for president, it doesn't even cover 20% of what that property cost.
No. Well, my guess is that when the big guy got a cut in exchange for turning his back on the situation, Obama got a cut.
It's looking that way.
Well, I mean, most corrupt presidency in history, probably just behind the one that we're currently living through.
Yep. I'm not going to argue with you on that
third term anyway.
Yeah, this is it's kind of like H.W. Bush was like Reagan's third term.
No, it's term 2.5.
2.5. Yeah.
Yeah. Bill Gates has got one there, and Oprah. Yeah. Rosie
O'Donnell.
Rosie. That disgusting Brimolo.
Hey, look, when the country implodes, we'll know where everyone is.
Yeah.
They're on a fucking island. They're not going anywhere if they can't fly out of there.
So this was the statement issued by DeSantis' office. Florida can confirm 2 planes with illegal immigrants that arrived in Martha's Vineyard today were part of the state's relocation program to transport illegal immigrants to sanctuary destinations. States like Massachusetts, New York, and California, Stan, will better facilitate the care of these individuals who they have invited into our country by incentivizing illegal immigration through their designation as sanctuary states and support for the Biden administration's open border policies.
Yeah, that's a good flying crossbody cock block he's throwing there.
Right. It's always a sanctuary state until it becomes the sanctuary. Then maybe that changes their mind.
Yeah, and I've been to Martha's Vineyard. It's nothing spectacular, and I didn't like it. It was okay.
I mean, it looked cute in Jaws because that's where they shot it.
Well, I mean, the food was expensive.
Oh, it's like Mackinac Island, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Which it kind of reminds me of in many ways.
And I would have to say you are correct. What?
This is just great. I love leftoids who have been screaming, "This is what we want," and no one is illegal. And then we have 2 million illegal border crossings, and they're freaking out over a few buses and planes full of people.
I know.
This is nothing in the grand scheme.
No, and actually, in my opinion, I would like to see this ramped up to the 10th degree. Every fucking state, that touches Mexico, or even the ones that are won over, that are getting overflow, just round these fuckers up and send them up to these sanctuary cities. That's what they voted for. Well, let them fucking have it.
I mean, aren't you living in like California Stand 2.0? Do you hear a lot of people in your state talking about this shit?
I don't really hear anybody talking about it. My state's an interesting situation. You saw the video I sent you earlier, didn't you? The Jared Polis one?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not so much the immigration as it is just rampant homelessness around here.
Yep.
Well, pretty much everywhere Democrats take hold and have a long-term stranglehold over state and local, you start to see the same shit everywhere.
Because this is what they do. They promise the poor people all kinds of shit. If you vote for us, they get voted for. Then they forget about them until about 6 months before the other election.
They give them breadcrumbs.
And they do the same fucking thing. Over and over and over.
It's the same reason the gas prices are going down right now, too.
Yeah.
Oh, we got an election coming up in like less than 2 months. Maybe we can bring the gas prices down. I mean, not a lot, just a little bit.
Yeah, just enough.
Yeah.
It's getting better.
Yeah. But Biden has nothing to do with gas prices when they're on the rise. As soon as they dip 3 cents, thank you, President Biden.
That's absolutely correct.
It's horse shit.
And, man, listen, the magic number is $6 a gallon.
Yeah.
That is the number where the lower middle class and the lower class individuals can no longer afford to drive.
You're going to start to see some real bad
shit.
A
majority of the people in Detroit don't even have car insurance because it's so expensive in this fucking state.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. It's getting to the point where you got to choose. Are you going to get car insurance or are you going to have gas and food?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And quite literally, like the reason it's so expensive is if you get in a car and that car gets into an accident, you're expected to be taken care of for the rest of your fucking life if that's what it requires. That is fucking insane.
Yep. You want to know what else is insane? The reaction to 2 planefuls of illegals showing up in Martha's Vineyard. This is some bizarre world shit right here. CNN says Governor DeSantis is chartering free flights for illegal aliens to an ultra-wealthy sanctuary jurisdiction has the same themes as the Holocaust.
Yeah. But this is what they're doing, is they are literally painting everyone on the right as a Nazi,
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm dictator.
You're a terrorist.
That's what. Oh yeah, or a dictator.
It's a MAGA
Only
extremism.
74 million of us.
Yeah, and what MAGA extreme. You really want to know what MAGA extremism is?
Facts, logic, and reason.
Yeah.
People working, secure our fucking borders, bring the jobs fucking back.
Yeah.
None of which the Democrats have done thus far. They've had 2 fucking years. And all they've done is double and triple down on this insanity.
Well, a big secret to the economic success under Trump, during which we had periods of deflation, where our currency actually became more valuable, was the deregulation of the free market. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, because he was facing obstruction from his own party, a lot of that deregulation was done via executive order, and it can be undone just like that by the next simp who gets installed.
Yep.
Oh, it was the very first day he got installed.
Yep.
Yeah, he signed, 115 executive orders, in 2 weeks or something. I don't even remember.
And he doesn't even know what the fuck he's signing.
Whatever you throw in front of him, he's just going to sign.
Yep.
Yeah. Shark Denture says, Martha's Vineyard equals Auschwitz? Sure, I can see that.
I did not like the place. It was okay. But, I couldn't understand why I'm paying hundreds of dollars a night for a hotel. And I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah, it really, really fucking is. It's absolutely insane.
Listen, if I'm paying $500 a day for a hotel, I want a woman to show up to service me whenever I want, as many times I want, as long as I'm under that roof paying the bills.
That's right.
Fair enough.
Other than that, fuck off.
You want to hear this? This is only 19 seconds.
Yeah, let's go.
You got to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
We woke up to the news this morning that Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida sent 2 plane loads of migrants to Martha's Vineyard off the coast of Massachusetts, including kids and whatnot. And I'm not saying this is not a one-for-one. This is not a parallel here in any way. But it does address some of the same themes that are part of this documentary.
Well, the documentary about the Holocaust. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, they're always
how do we
pulling
make a comparison here?
But the thing is, the BLM and Antifa are virtually organized almost identically to the brown shirts before pre-World War II Germany.
And I think that's why they yell Nazi, Holocaust, all that bullshit so much, is because it is psychological projection.
It is.
I mean, when you declare yourself a democratic socialist, and then you want to scream that the other people are members of the National Socialist Party, come on.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
It's like puking on a pile of shit. I'll drink to that.
Oh, my God. So aggravating.
Oh, man. Yeah. Martha's Vineyard, shooting location of Jaws, great classic movie. Holocaust.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they got to really work hard to hide those factories where they work people to death and then burn their bodies up.
If you want to see some funny shit about the Holocaust where people draw some really weird parallels, just look up the Loveline Holocaust caller. That's some of the funniest shit you'll ever hear in your life. There's a phone sex operator trying to figure out how to keep her callers from coming too fast. Adam Carolla's like, you just need to work in weird things like cancer, Holocaust, grandparents, things like that. And then she's like, yeah, well, my name is Sugar. Yeah, well, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just wearing a nice black garter. Ooh, just thinking about the Holocaust right now.
Yeah, and my swollen cancer lips.
Oh, yeah. Gas those Jews. Burn them in the shower, baby. Yeah.
I just can't wait to come over there and engage in coitus with your infected pus pocket.
Oh, yeah. Dilate your man-made vagina to that thought in your head.
Starburst.
Starburst.
God.
Munging.
Oh, stop.
I said I was going to do it, guys.
I was going to do it.
That was horrible.
The munging mandible.
Hey.
It's back.
It's back. It never left. It's always been in the background. Just like the wage gap, which Democrats can't seem to decide, just like a woman, whether it exists or not.
Well, you and I know it doesn't exist. In fact,
we know it doesn't exist.
It's been debunked, more times than Santa Claus since roughly the mid-'80s.
Well, yeah.
Newsweek, Forbes wrote about this.
Oh, everybody.
I mean, come on.
Well, what really cracks me up is that they have to keep crushing men down in order to build women up. And in the process, they tell on themselves. And this comes from Bloomberg. Actually, Hamster shared this with me today. We were going to be talking about it with him. Women who stay single and don't have kids are getting richer. Well, yeah, we've actually...
Shocking.
Yeah, we've known this. So this is median U.S. wealth with children. Single men, $59,000 is the average. Women earning $7,000. Without children, $57,000 men, and then women are making $65,000.
Yeah,
kids.
And
we've known this since 2010. This comes from Time Magazine. Workplace salaries at last, women on top. So when are you going to give up the goat?
That's right. Yeah, when are you going to stop being this, victim class that gets everything handed to you?
Yeah.
Affirmative action, that's exactly what that is.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they can't let go of the victim status, man. That's their other paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
It's their bread and butter, man.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to say you're wrong.
Well, I mean, everybody's trying to win the oppression Olympics.
I mean,
That's really what it's all about.
What's that stat of the women who spend 1.8. Is it 1.8 trillion dollars?
Oh yeah, the girlpowermarketing.com. We can look that up right now. Girlpowermarketing.com. Yeah. So they have to lift themselves up and crush men down. In the process, they admit that the wage gap is all bullshit. But if you tell them that,
you hate women,
istophobic, you hate women, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's like, you hate women, motherfucker. You can't even tell me what one is because you're afraid you're gonna, offend the Transformers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it? 25% of no, it was like an insane amount of Democrats now think that men can get pregnant.
Took 25%.
It's insane.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what the fuck? I mean, how the hell are we dumbing everyone down that far? And they had to have already been stupid.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing either.
I got absolutely nothing.
I don't know. I have no clue. It's a nightmare, man.
Yep. Here it is, the purchasing power of the women.
All right. I thought it was 1.8.
Women in global spending, $31.8 trillion in global spending every year. That's what women control.
And they're so oppressed.
Yep. Women make up more than half of the U.S. population and control or influence 85% of consumer spending. Purchasing power of women in the U.S. ranges from 5 to 15 trillion annually. Women control more than 60% of all personal wealth in the U.S. They purchase 50% of traditional male products, including cars, home improvement products, and consumer electronics. And approximately 40% of U.S. working women now out-earn their husbands. Where's the wage gap?
Yep. Well, there's going to be a huge divorce gap because if these women are outproducing their husbands.
If they're outproducing their husbands, where's the alimony?
Yeah.
I want to see some palimony.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Well, that's exactly it. The whole dating across are up, and now that they're up, he's down, he's out.
But now there's a shortage of marriageable men because women have delusional expectations longer than Ron Jeremy.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I mean, I looked at some of those articles that were written in regards to some of the stats they got from the dating apps.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit. Wow. Like, I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, they're what? Like some size 18 out there who is probably a 5.5 out of 10 can doll herself up to a 7 and somehow thinks she's going to be able to lock down 9s and 10s and get these huge fucking cash and prizes paydays.
Yeah.
It's not fucking going to happen.
And it's getting worse now that these, like Sports Illustrated and Victoria's Secret, that they're putting all these morbidly obese hephilos, Transformers are winding up on the covers of these things that they used to be reserved for
men.
Feminine. Well, no, the people on the covers used to be feminine women that men desired. Well, now they don't even care about that.
And, part of the problem here is that it's not just society telling these women, oh, beautiful at any size. Well, that also comes with health risks, and it's not actually healthy. But sure, but it's not just that.
Yep.
It's all these women on all these social media apps where every simp mangina on the planet's going, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, I'd love to be with you.
Yeah. Please touch it. I haven't seen pussy since I was born.
Yeah. Listen. There comes a time in every dude's life where he's just going to have to look in the mirror and go, hey, I'm fucking up.
Yeah.
And I hope a lot of these men that are simping out come to that rationale here soon.
I sincerely hope so.
I would hope so.
I mean, everybody has their own preferences and standards. I think where men tend to fall short in that category and perpetuate this problem is that when we're not getting it, because it's not a psychological need, it's a physical one, even more so than a psychological one. Like, we need to discharge our love and shoot hot hug all over somebody, like clinically every 72 hours when we're like between 13 and 23. So, and if we haven't gotten it in a while, people that we wouldn't ordinarily look at, they start to look good. It's just like what a 2 at 10 is a 10 at 2, right?
We call them deployment 10s.
Yeah. And because men are not shallow, we'll take the hit. It's like a Vespa, like we'll ride it. We just want to make sure our friends don't see us riding it.
Listen, in Iraq,
it all feels the same with the lights off.
There was a lot of women who,
unless she's 400 pounds,
there was a lot of women who were like 4 or 5s.
Yeah.
And they were like the camp queens because.
Well, yeah, because they're approachable.
They were banging everything. It was insane.
Like dudes think that, well, I don't have to worry about it with her because she's not that good looking. No, the chicks that aren't that good looking, the average ones, dude, man, they get more hot dogs thrown at their holes than a trash can at the ballpark.
Now, I literally had to sit on top of our prison block with night vision to watch one of my soldiers go on his little pussy escapade in the middle of the dark.
So there was like a live action Paris Hilton sex tape.
I literally, because I watched, across the whole compound was the other cell block over there, and a big hole blown in it.
Is this the woman or the cell block?
Well,
Okay,
it was hard to tell.
Both.
So I watch him leave. I get in the Humvee. I roll over there, and I'm waiting outside the big blown out hole for him to come out.
X.
And I'm really like, oh, you bastard. So he comes walking out, and I'm like, hey, so what's going on? Oh, nothing. I was just visiting a friend. I'm like, okay, get in the vehicle. And this is what I explained to him. I said, I know exactly what you're doing, and I want you to imagine on the face of your beloved daughter, that woman's ugly fucking picked the meat off the ugly fucking tree face.
Oh, God.
You have to deal with that forever. So this is what's going to happen. I'm saving you from yourself. You are no longer going to do that. And if you continue, I will have you dig a fighting position every fucking night to keep you busy so you don't go out there doing stupid shit. And guess what?
Hey, Pop, she was still a 4, though, right?
She was totally a 4,
yeah. Between a 4 and a 5.
I'd still give her a 4.
Hey, man. But the funny thing is, about 2.5 years ago, I ran into him, LA Fitness. He's now a radiologist making like $250K a year.
Okay.
And I really like, do you really think you would have this job and the opportunity to do this if you knocked up that crazy fucking nurse? He goes, yeah, nurses are fucking crazy. I literally saved his life.
Yeah. You don't mess around with nurses. I mean, you can mess around with nurses, but you double bag it.
Well, yeah. I can't really argue with that one.
They get around on and they get off on the idea of injections, if you know what I mean.
It's not good.
No, it's not good at all. They get like their scrubs and their injections, and it's all bad news. And then you got I'm sure Pop would give this chick a 4. This chick comes along and she's overweight.
Okay,
but she really needs you to understand that the reason why she can't lose weight, the reason why she's a portly pearl clutcher is because of white people.
The various sea routes. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, let's just play it.
I want to hear the stupidity.
We don't even need to interrupt. We'll just let the stupidity unfold, and we'll all drink.
I'm going to prove to you why white people are the reason I'm fat today. If white people didn't go looking for spices, then various sea routes to Indian subcontinent and Africa and other places of the world would not get discovered. And if they didn't get discovered, then East India Company would never come to
Let her finish.
And if they didn't come, then the fertility of the land would not get destroyed because they forced us to cultivate tobacco and dyes and opioid, things like that. And that destroyed the fertility of my country.
Which should actually give you less food to get fat on.
And then if that didn't happen, and if they didn't exploit and extract resources until my ancestors were left with nothing to eat, we wouldn't move to this grain-heavy, very little nutritious diet that we have today. Also, if white people didn't come to the Indian subcontinent, then my ancestors would not go through 50 small, medium, large famines in a period of 200 years. That's a lot. And in 1943, nearly 3 million people would not have died due to starvation and malnutrition. And if that didn't happen, then this entire place and the people of this place would not adapt to survive on lower calories. we also wouldn't biologically be
She doesn't
programmed
fucking know what she's
to
talking about.
hold on to more fat.
God
because
damn! It's
my
a tirade
genes,
of stupidity right here.
She literally is listing off all the reasons why she should be an emaciated Holocaust survivor.
You got that fax machine noise queued up? Because that's what's going on in my head right now.
Oh, hang on. I got to get it right here. Oh, we got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. People
1943.
hundreds of years ago did stuff, therefore I can't control my Tourette's of the elbow.
She's talking about the huge famine in 1943. What was taking place between 1940 and 1945?
Rhino.
The Second World
War.
War.
There you go.
All right. Now, in regards to we're not discovering their continent until like the 1700s. All right. I got one guy's name at all right. Alexander the Great! He fucking marched all the way to your continent, and he would have kicked your asses through the fucking roof if it wasn't for malaria.
Yes. And at the same time, everything that she's bitching about, the English also left behind, I don't know, museums, industry, agriculture, all these things that allow them to have this high-grain, high-calorie diet that's just destroyed my ability to stop eating food.
It's called willpower.
Yeah.
And Bill Burr said it best. You ate your way in. You can walk your fucking way out of it. Other than that, shut the fuck up. I got no sympathy. Go get a dictionary and look between shit and syphilis for the sympathy. Suck a dick. God damn it.
If she could get dick, she probably wouldn't be making videos like this.
Listen.
That's true. Better things to do.
I'm not a heartless bastard. I feel sorry for her that she put herself in this position, but I am not going to reward her with sympathy because she did it 100% to herself. All right? Flat out. And if she is in India and she is this fat, that woman is pulling down bank.
Exactly.
They can't get fat over there if they even try.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry.
All I can say is wow. The fact that the disease of leftoidism in this country is spreading to a country where people still shit off the end of a pier.
Yeah, we have people from India who watch my channel.
Yeah.
On the regular.
That's because feminism is taking over there and it's turning that place into a fucking cancerous cesspit.
Okay, over there they have common law, which was introduced by England.
Oh, yeah.
But then they have customary laws. All right. And then over there they still have a caste system, like 6 or 7 castes.
Yeah.
And then they have their own laws. So now over there, you got modern feminism coming in with their 21st century ideas and laws, going against fucking men who have laws that were literally cooked up in like the 1200s. Yeah. It's like fighting an army that has catapults with fucking attack helicopters. It's not even close. It is a bloodbath over there. Wow.
I mean, you read the article, and even like the first sentence in the article says, "This has to be a joke, right?"
That's what I thought.
There's no way this can be serious.
When you showed it to me, I thought it was some kind of skit, and then I'm like, wait. You're serious.
Yep. Yeah. And it says here, she thinks that previous famines have programmed her genes to hold more fat. So just for fun, let's take a look at the guy who won a Nobel Prize for engineering disease-resistant wheat, which has allowed hundreds of millions of people in India and Africa in particular to survive. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, and the guy who invented antibiotics.
White guy.
The guy who invented air conditioning. And the 4 guys who contributed to the miracle of refrigeration.
And what about the guy who cured polio? Because that was just going to crazy over there. And
he was white too.
He was a white guy. Oh my God, these poor white guys.
Yeah, white colonialists did stuff hundreds of years before any of us were born. Therefore, I can't control myself when I eat.
And that's
little Debbie,
genes.
Everyone's first girlfriend.
Previous meal.
That is why these people are going to fail. You cannot succeed when you think you're the victim 24/7, 365. Now, don't get me wrong. All right, there's been a few times in my life where I was straight up the victim. All right, I got my ass handed to me a couple times. Did I let it fuck my whole life up? No. I went, well, I ran my suck hole. got thwarted. I guess I got to go back to the gym. So it's harder for them to thwart me when I run my fucking circle because I'm not going to stop. That's not happening.
Every once in a while, we could always use a good ass kicking. I mean, good ass kicking will set you right with the world.
I wrote that in my book.
Yep.
It's absolutely correct.
I think this chick needs a good ass kicking.
Well, listen.
Just my personal recommendation.
In all honesty, life is going to issue her a beatdown far worse than any of us could ever put upon her.
Oh, yeah.
It's called type 2.
Yeah, type 2. I mean, we've looked this up. You go on to any website that involves health. You can look up the health statistics yourself. When you are morbidly obese, you literally are at higher risk for, and I quote, all causes of death. So in the end, it doesn't really matter who you blame, because unless you get this shit under control, you're still going to die young because you're overeating and you're not working out.
Yeah. Do you understand, like, these women who gain that much weight and keep it? Literally, if I wanted to race them to a heart attack, I would have to drink like a half a gallon of vodka a day for like 20 fucking years. Just to be in the running to drop dead at the same time, these women.
Well, you were pretty close
Holy
until about 4 months ago.
Well, I didn't drink that heavy. It was getting that way. I'm literally like, sitting there one day, and I'm like halfway through a fifth, and Evil Pop showed up, and he's like, I know this is fun and everything, but you're going to die if you keep doing this. And I really like fucking people up, so I'm going to have to stop you.
Yeah.
And he did. That fucking rat bastard. Evil Pop has saved my ass from death more times than I could count.
He's also gotten you into a lot of trouble.
Yes, he did.
I think so. So was Bad Pop.
That was mostly Bad Pop.
Yeah. Do you have like a bad rhino that every once in a while he gets out of the stable and then you have to...
Well, Bad Pop isn't
I call it red pill rhino, but I'll tell you what, it's bull in a china shop sometimes, man. Yeah,
it is.
It happens.
They disproved that on Mythbusters.
Well, all right.
You know what they say about a rhino? It's just a unicorn that let itself go.
That's
right.
exactly right. Yeah, and they try
So
to tell me like the rhino horn. Well, that's a big hair follicle. What?
Huh?
Okay. Looks like a butthole on their face, but I don't know.
The same can be said about Asian chicks' vaginas.
Yeah.
It's just a giant hair follicle that has a butthole hidden underneath. Not that I would know or anything. But
And we're here.
Can we be shocked that this sort of mindset is out there when this is considered news? Single mom marries rug in bizarre wedding ceremony at a carpet shop. You want to know the woman's name? Becky Cox.
No.
Damn.
Serious?
Yeah, and she calls the rug Matt.
It's got to be a joke.
Creative.
There's wedding photos and the whole 9 yards. And it's even attributed to a professional photographer.
Well, yeah, if you're going to do it right, I guess.
Countless
Please
cases
tell me
of...
this is just chasing clout somehow.
She's a mom of 2, so apparently she has had penis before, but now she has decided to publicly proclaim herself to be a literal carpet muncher.
Was that bad, huh?
I guess so.
So she's got 2 kids from 1 or 2 dudes, does it say?
That doesn't say. Intimate hour-long service. Becky dressed in a traditional all-white wedding dress for the occasion. You can't be wearing white.
You can't wear white. No.
White's for purity. You got 2 kids.
Yep.
Ivory, maybe.
You've been processing more DNA than a crime lab down there.
Wood chipper.
Dressed all in white, promised to love, honor, and care for Matt until death do us part.
Right, until your dog shits on him one too many times.
I have a feeling they're going to be draping him over your coffin.
Yeah.
I bought Matt about a year ago, and I've been banging on about how much I love him to anyone who will listen ever since. It became such
How
a thing.
does one bang on about with a mat?
I don't know.
Just saying.
I mean, it would be a competition for who would just lay there and take it.
Starfish
It's got to be a
awards.
mental illness.
Let's count ceiling tiles together, Matt.
Oh, my God.
I spend so much time looking after him, cleaning him, vacuuming him a couple of times every day to make sure he always looks his very best. I can't imagine being without him now.
House fire.
Dumpster fire. Oh my God. There were people there.
And they were like throwing stuff.
It's
I wonder
confetti.
how much she paid him to be there.
It's confetti.
Or maybe that's one of her kids in the background.
Maybe. And they're all smiling like, this is great because I get to have her committed and I get my inheritance early. All $14 of it.
And I get to keep the rug.
Yeah.
I get to keep the rug. I'm going to light this fucker on fire. If it doesn't fly me around like Aladdin and show me a whole new world, I'm lighting it on fire.
Wow.
What in the mother shit is this? What is this, the engagement ring? Carpet cleaner? The entire affair was sponsored by a carpet cleaner manufacturer. Okay, now I may have to call shenanigans.
Yeah. I think this might be shenanigans.
Carpet cleaner manufacturer, yeah. She says she uses her favorite Dr. Beckman carpet stain remover to clear up any mess her 2 young children may have left on Matt during the day.
Look and see if that's an English company.
It's got to be
Dr.
very
Beckman.
good advertising.
I've never heard of it.
Let's take a look here. Oh, they even sell it. Oh, no, that's. Well, they sell it on Amazon. Cleaning applicator and brush. drbeckman.co.uk. Good call, good sir.
Knew
There
it!
you go.
Yeah!
Or if you're going to do that, I might as well do this.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop!
I love that addition.
That never gets old, man.
Now, this may have just been a carpet cleaner ad, of a viral campaign, what have you, but there are women out there who marry themselves.
Yes.
And we did a whole video on that.
They had one that married a dog.
They have a name for it. It's called sologamy.
Yeah,
It sounds like something you'd purchase at a deli, which likely resembles what they got going on in their downstairs.
Oh, we did a show with
the
the guy who's married with the synthetic woman.
sex doll. Yeah, he's married to his second one now.
Yeah.
He cheated on the first one when she was, in the hospital or whatever sex dolls go to.
Well,
the mental illness is very real.
is palpable in this one.
And now they're trying to fact check actual biological fact with mental illness. The recount says Marco Rubio's claim that only women can get pregnant is factually inadequate.
Whoa!
Yeah, the internet has thoughts.
Wow.
Yep, here it is. The recount, locked in a tight race, blah, blah, blah. He trots out a transformer-phobic attack on the CDC for using the term pregnant people. Pregnant men, I can assure you, that's never happened, Rubio says, which is factually inaccurate.
No, it's not.
It happened in an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie called Junior, but that's fiction. Just like it's fiction whenever women with beards and zipper tits decide to birth children because they didn't get the bottom surgery, the phalloplasty. They didn't want the Mickey Mouse hand attached to the stick arm covered in nightmare fuel.
Oh, man.
Holy shit, we're fucking knocking it out of the park.
Seriously, man, it's like when they took half of Data's arm off in Star Trek First Contact is what that shit looks like.
Oh, yeah, when they cut it off your body to create a phallic thing.
Actually. Yeah, put that in your man-made vagina and smoke it.
I know. Listen, there's only so much stupidity they're going to be able to sell. Because right now they're running up directly against reality on the ground. And from my experience, the reality on the ground is a much better teacher than some psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What scares me is it isn't the outrage mob, it's the average person in the population's fear of the outrage mob.
Mm-hmm.
Because the silent majority is, I don't know, maybe it's just me, they're getting more silent about some things just because they don't want to be attacked, doxxed, get fired, etc. And the left is able to use that in their echo chamber as proof of consensus.
Yeah?
Well, y'all got to stop shutting up.
Well, that's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
We got an average between 2,000 and 2,200 people watch this live stream virtually every time.
We got 821 on YouTube right now. Thank you all very much for tuning in.
I'm just saying.
But we only got half the amount of likes, so y'all got to smash that shit.
Look, there's people out there. Like when I first started doing what I'm doing, I showed my face, my real fucking name. I mean, I was in the fucking active army.
Yep.
All right. I mean, I took all the risks. I got doxxed a couple times. They sent out 2 full bird colonels to talk to me about my escapades. I don't care.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, we have 473 dudes out there who are still sucking air because I'm up here talk a bunch of shit, but it's all true, and I back everything I have to say up. And this is my real face. This is my real fucking name. I do not buy into this, to shut up and sit down. No. I've never been that guy, especially when shit's fucked up. You can ask any of the dudes that ever stood next to me in combat. When shit was all fucked up, I was always like, nope. We need to fix this now.
You got to lead by example.
And that's, yeah. You got to lead from the front and by example. It's hard to do, but I did both.
I mean, that's why we love having, smaller creators on the show, even just fans of the show, supporters, wrenches in the chat. We love you guys. Yeah. No homo.
Now, listen, if you guys are willing to, take a stand with me, and I'll gladly have you on the show.
Yeah.
Gladly.
We'll stand and fight with y'all. That's why.
Fuck
this is the new battleground right here.
Exactly.
The internet.
It's 100%.
Yeah. Have you ever had any sort of, backlash, people finding out that you do what you do, Rhino? Like, has there ever been any issues with on your end?
Not on YouTube. Right before I decided to do YouTube, though, I kind of started posting more openly my feelings on social media, and that led to some fracturing of some friendships and stuff because they sided with the purple-haired crazies. And
of course.
How do I watch my words here? I am trying to self-censor for your channel. I don't do well on my own. But, what was it? The Roe v. Wade, okay?
Yeah.
I came out very publicly, and I was kind of having fun pissing them off. But
it's so easy.
The thing is I was calling them, infant deletionist. Fair enough.
I like that.
And that pissed a lot of people off. And even the guy I was working with that I did prop building with, he took the side of the women and then said, "We don't condone women hating here." I'm like, all right.
Well, if I take their side, they'll touch my pee-pee.
Yeah, you know what?
Totally works for the male feminists.
I had that a similar situation. This is before I retired. And I was still doing the heavy armored combat.
Yeah.
One of the guys there was like, I'm not going to spar with a woman hater. I'm like, really? So you're reading minds now? Can you give me the lottery numbers since you're a psychic?
Yeah.
Right.
Could you? He's all getting worked up. I'm like, go fuck yourself.
Yep.
He's like, I'll kick your ass. I go, you're a fucking fat ass who works at a fire department pushing a pencil because you're broken. I will royally fuck you up in a real fight. So that way, just I'm going to go get a hot dog, I'm going to have a beer, and then maybe when your mind clears, you can fight me while I'm half drunk, because that's the only chance you have of defeating me. Fucking asshole.
Yeah. But like I was saying, once I started this channel, I've always been, I was even talking to my mom about this the other day. And apparently the day I turned 3, I've been rebellious and defiant of authority. So it's not a surprise to me now. But I've been very open lately because it's like lines are drawn, man. I have no sympathy. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not going to put up with it. And if those are your opinions, see your way out because I'm done.
That's right. I'm literally, I'm in to win it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been refreshing, actually. I'm seeing people that I had to unfollow their social media in 2016 because they were such idiots. Some of them are actually starting to come around. Like one dude, I can't talk about anything with him. And then we were talking about Biden. He's like, fuck that guy. There may be hope for you yet.
There you go.
You know what? I'm sorry. Fuck, if you're one of those people that was such a Trump hater and now the economy's going to shit, if I run the show,
did this.
I'm not going to feed you.
Yeah,
you're gonna be 100% on your own. Fuck you.
I mean,
Figure it out.
Just think about how stupid these people have to be to jump on the Orange Man bad train. They have to believe that the people they know for a fact have been abusing and lying to them and financially raping them their whole lives.
Yeah.
Suddenly all decided to come together as one collective and save us from evil Orange Man.
Yep. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
The fact that you could buy something that demonstrably stupid and false and then claim that we're the Trumpanzees, the brainwashed masses, the MAGA extremists.
Yeah. Who believe men can get fucking pregnant.
Yeah.
Who have 1 in 4 on head meds and have over half of the people 30 years and below have a mental illness. Fuck off.
And not only that, they now want to teach ORNPay literacy curriculum to children through their health departments.
Yeah, it's going to get torn apart. I mean, listen, you don't fuck with people's kids.
Yep. They're trying to use taxpayer dollars now to introduce the ORNPay to children, just like these schools. They put these books in the library, or they even sometimes assign them as book reports, and then as soon as a parent takes that same book, shows up at the school meeting, and reads it, well, that's inappropriate.
I know. I saw that.
Yeah, I've seen that crap. Well, you can't be talking about this here at the meeting. Well, then why are my kids being taught it?
Exactly.
That bullshit.
Like when I was in high school, halfway through my junior year, I remember I went to the library and I wanted to sign out The Joy of Sex. And they didn't have it. So I went and talked to the assistant librarian, and she's like, "Oh no, you have to talk to the librarian about that." Oh. So I go in there, and she's just like,
"It's in the restricted."
She's a larger black woman, she's a sweet woman. She's like, "Honey, what do you need this book for?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not a big guy, and I really got to be on my game when I get out of high school, or I'll never get any pussy." And she's like, "You're such a sweetie."
You're such a sweetie.
Yeah, I'm serious. 3 days later, there's the book. I'm like, "Thank you."
Well, the thing is, you have that exact same conversation with a librarian now. She said, "You come in the back. I'll show you a thing or two." No! The hell out of here.
No, I'm serious. And like
these women have become emboldened.
But that was at my high school, which is a public high school in Berkeley, Michigan.
Yeah.
That's how they used to be. I just shudder at the thought of how they are now.
I don't even want to know. But you listen to this Zoom call. And, of course, these are every single person that's pushing this are women. We know that they're the perpetuators of the underage wango tango more often than not, especially on school grounds.
Yep.
We can promote a shame-free educational space by letting young people know that it's okay if they are curious. It's okay if they have watched porn, and it's okay if they have thought about porn. I always make sure to say someone being curious about sex and or porn does not make them a bad person. It makes them human. It's so important we normalize that this is a natural human experience. And
all right.
If this is a natural human experience, why didn't we have ORNPay, 100 years ago?
Well, I'm going to tell you this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am happy that the internet wasn't around when I was in high school. I would have thrown my arm out. All right.
It would have been like
it was
when
bad
Quagmire
enough.
when it's discovered the internet, and he shows up 3 days later, like he hasn't left his house and he's got one Arnold Schwarzenegger arm.
But it's bad enough that my buddy and I would literally go to his house at 11:30 at night after his parents went to bed. We'd watch the cable where it had the wavy lines just to see titties.
Well,
just to get a 1 to 3 second glimpse of titties.
The hope of seeing titties.
Yes. Or Benny Hill. I turned an entire wall in my bedroom into a TV antenna so I could watch Benny Hill from Canada unfucking censored. All right. So I was putting in that kind of effort to stuff that didn't even it was so much left to imagination. Wow. If I literally could go in my room, shut the door, and go, "Oh yeah,
oh yeah,"
it would have been over. I never would have graduated high school.
And I think you carry it around in your pocket. Dudes are dying in car accidents because they can't stop watching the Ornpay while they're on the road.
I know. God,
Right? That's comforting to think about.
See
Fact.
this? See
Slam on
this?
the gas.
Set it down and push it away.
Yes.
Kind of like the food you eat.
Yeah, amen. Oh, God.
Just push away.
But, we can't be held responsible for what happens, because, white people 100 years ago did stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They're the reason I
for-
have to watch the Ornpay.
Yeah, and the way they rewrite history is disgusting.
Oh.
Because they make it sound like, the world that they lived in 150 years ago or 200 years ago was exactly the same as it is now.
Yeah.
Nothing could be further than the truth. There was no fucking antibiotics. So you get yourself a bad piece of strange, you have the itchy, scratchies for the rest of your fucking life, and it's going to cut your lifespan down by like 40%. All right?
Ugh.
There's TB, cholera, typhus. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Yep.
It was a fucking shit show. And quite literally, it was very common to see a man and then have 3 wives next to him who died in childbirth.
Yep.
That was the norm.
Yep. And guess who came up with all of the medical science that allowed those women to start surviving childbirth? White men.
Was it men?
White men.
But we're such misogynists.
Yeah,
we just
even
hate
came
women
up-
so much. We invented all of these technologies, medicines, and everything to make their lives easier, to make their lives longer than men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of
Wouldn't
course,
have
you
any of
get
that.
things like dishwashers and washers and dryers.
And all
but
of those,
it's
those are all products of the nagging tax.
Yep, exactly.
And how have they
And
repaid
they
us?
still nag.
Yeah.
They're never going to stop.
Bunch
No.
of naggers.
Like literally, I can
Get a job, naggers.
literally put a woman in a solid gold house with an absolute perfect lawn, with 2 Ferraris in the driveway, and maybe her magical horse pony she gets to ride around. And I can guarantee you'll come back from work and it'll be nothing but nagging and bitching.
Yep.
Nagging and bitching.
Well, the horse poops and it stinks. I don't want to clean it up. You need to hire someone who can clean it.
Listen, gentlemen, if you're with a woman who nags you all the time or bitches constantly, get rid of her. She's going to radically shorten your lifespan.
Yep.
Bum, 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 bum.
Totally true.
And how do they repay us for all this kindness?
More nagging.
Well, that and kid diddling. So, for ETR, reducing the risk curriculum, Ornpay consumption is a required topic in sex
for
ed.
what?
Although, as ETR admits, the evidence is largely unclear whether explicit media influences future health among adolescents. Introducing graphic content into elementary schools creates open minds and prepares students for sexual activity.
Listen, by the time those
With their
kids,
teachers.
by the time those kids get to 18, their shit isn't going to work anymore because it's being desensitized.
Yeah.
They pull it more than a taffy machine.
There are whole forums, from what I understand, on Reddit. Dudes who have become addicted to the online Ornpay, and they can't even get it up with a real woman.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
Wow.
This is, once again, it's just an extension of the Transformers ideology. This is
Push it
sexual
away.
abuse.
That's right.
It's sexual abuse. And last but not least, we have to be careful around this one. But if you ever had any doubts that this was about diddling kids
Or grooming
grooming,
for diddling.
Oh,
here it is.
word.
Top academic behind fetish site hosting child abuse fantasies push to revise WPATH guidelines. WPATH is World Professor Association for Transformer Health. Professor Emeritus at California State University, who has given academic talks on expanding Transformers' umbrella, has for over 2 decades participated in a fetish forum that hosts and produces extreme sadomasochistic written Ornpay involving the castration and torture of children.
Why has the FBI not
Why is this
kicked
guy
his door
above
down?
ground? Is my question.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're going to say, Papa. Why is he above ground?
Why is he a professor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, all right, let's be honest. People who do this can never be rehabilitated.
No, never.
They can't. And that what they want is they want to turn a large portion of our population into them so we can't, imprison them or get rid of them.
Yep.
Because, listen, I mean, they're dangerous to be around your kids.
Yes.
That's why we have a registry now.
Yep.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, just like HIV, you no longer have to inform a partner in Cuckofornia because they're trying to remove the stigma. They're trying to remove the stigma for these predators.
Yep.
And this is what we get. Yeah. Let's see. Thomas Johnson, retired professor at Cuckofornia State University in Chico, former member of a body modification fetish site, the Eunuch Archives, which was the subject of a months-long investigation by Redux released on May 17th. At the time, Johnson's identity had not yet been confirmed as an anonymous user who goes by the handle Jesus. Fucking shame on you.
Damn.
Only one thing that could have made it worse is if you used his real name, Yeshua. But according to posts made to the forum in March and April, Johnson let his identity slip and invited site members to partake in an academic survey on childhood experiences, castration, desire, and schmexual history, as well as watch him give a talk via Zoom. He has published research on surveys that he has personally conducted with other members of the archives. His academic interests advocate for expanding the concept of gender identity to include men with sadomasochistic and even pedophilic castration fantasies, something that has now been included.
Research. This is fulfilling a sick fantasy.
Yeah,
this
exactly right.
This guy's something you see on Criminal Minds, for fuck's sake.
Exactly.
Excuse my language.
Chris Hansen used to made a career out of finding guys like this and telling them, have a seat right here. Now he's a fucking hero to these people.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee you, if the FBI kicked his door, there'd be kiddie porn in there.
Oh, they would find real stuff, not the fictional stuff. Yeah.
But they'd rather kick in doors of people that sell pillows, Don't want to be inconvenienced with the diddlers.
Yeah, but the Biden administration would never, ever think of weaponizing alphabet agencies against political opponents just purely for political reasons.
That
they would
never
do
happen.
such a thing.
Not at all.
Fuck's sakes. Look at this here. As previously reported by Redux, the Eunuch Archives hosts over 3,000 pieces of fictional child ornpay that detail rapé, torture, and killing. In some narratives, children with stunted puberty are rapéed by doctors. In others, children are castrated by force as part of a sadistic torture ritual. These are fantasies.
Well, hang on.
And these are the people.
Bohemian Grove is going on with this guy.
There was that one in Game of Thrones, that one character who had his junk cut off.
The eunuch, yeah.
Yep.
And that motherfucker literally dedicated his life to have that dude delivered to his place in a fucking box.
Yep.
And he tortured him on end. I mean, that's how you fucking make serial killers right here.
Yeah.
Shit like that. This is the recipe for disaster.
You want Death Wish? You want Dexter? This is how you get Death Wish and Dexter.
That's right.
Yep.
Wow.
I couldn't even imagine that.
Yeah, somebody needs to pay this guy a visit and tell him about the benefits of extreme chiropractic.
I'd like to know who gives them the green light to speak.
Yeah.
He's in California, Stan.
Cuckofornia Stan? Well, yeah, he's a hero in Cuckofornia Stan, of course. A professor emeritus, California State University.
And listen, like, these people become professors and they're literally untouchable. That needs to get fixed.
Yeah.
This is fucked up.
Sorry, but you don't just become magically employable forever because you get tenure.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like, it's horse shit.
I do think it's horseshit.
And teachers unions, police unions, all these unions protecting evil, sadistic motherfuckers like this guy.
Yeah.
Y'all need to be shut down.
And what are the odds that he's acted on some of this and hasn't been
it's
caught?
100%.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion, there's no way that dude is not or never has
their leftoids'
participated.
own logic proves this, because they'll say, well, it's if you talk like this online, it's only a matter of time before you go out there and you do it for real.
Yeah.
Well,
there you go.
Here it is. Well, it only applies to your side, though. Our side, we're all about tolerance, inclusivity, and diversity.
Yeah,
sure.
Deranged things like this.
Yep. Yeah, the pedos are not going to be happy until they get added to the Alphabet Mafia umbrella.
Oh, they're working on it. They're getting there as fast as they can.
And look, Disney's pushing it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They have been doing it secretly since roughly the 60s. It's gotten really bad, I would say, early 2000s and on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I tell you, if and I don't have kids, but if I did, there would be no Disney in the house right now.
Hell no.
Not with the crap they're pulling.
No.
No.
You're absolutely correct.
And I think one of the reasons they're doubling down is because their audiences are getting smaller.
Yeah.
And that they're putting all the money into these tent pole things. And it's probably the same with shit like this online.
Probably.
You know? So we need to make sure that the only stuff people see is our stuff, even though there's less of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we want them thinking exactly how we want them to be thinking.
Yeah.
We gotta double down.
Netflix isn't much better.
No.
I'll give you an example. I tried this, and I knew going in it was a progressive comic in the 80s, but this Sandman series on there, you'd be hard-pressed to find a straight person in the whole show.
Shocker.
I mean, inclusive, really? Well, where's the rest of the people, the normal individuals? But you've got every alphabet character on the show.
All I can say is dark web. You can get all of the passwords and shit to watch that stuff for free.
That's why I was genuinely shocked. One, that they're still putting out Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai has not gone woke. They have not turned on their fans.
Mm-hmm.
Outstanding. Yeah. Stranger Things came back in full force in top fucking form in season 4. I was expecting something awful.
Yeah.
There's hope. And the thing is, they know where the money is being made because they're seeing what people are watching.
Yeah, and they just refuse to.
They just don't care.
Listen, that's fine.
I don't know why.
Keep doing what you're doing. Keep losing money hand over fist. Somebody else is going to come along, decide, hey, I want to make that money and keep it. And they're going to make shit people want to watch because the customer is always fucking right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what does Disney think? They're going to get
like
bailed
what I was
out?
telling you before the show, Pop. They must be allergic to money.
I know.
Sure seems that way.
Because they're vaccinating themselves against it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an mRNA vax.
Yeah.
If we're lucky. If you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Not that I would ever agree with such nasty conspiracy theories. No, those are just the worst.
Yeah, they're the worst.
Now, you have to be a complete idiot to believe in those things. You have to trust the science.
Yeah. And guess what? I mean, every single day I get more and more information about the poke and smoke that we can't even go into the detail on YouTube.
We're not allowed.
No.
We were tempting fate
the other
doing
day.
it on Tuesday.
Yeah, we were.
But it is 9:12. I think we can actually rip through some of the YouTube chats before we jump over to new tech.
Let's do that.
All right.
All right, I'm going to jump off for just a second, guys.
Oh, have at it, good sir. You got to go drain the main vein, I understand.
Yep.
He's got to deal with his porn addiction.
The Orn Pay. Bass Beast on Rumble says that this is Mario 2. Actually, it is and it isn't. I'm going to show this to you guys here. Bloop. This is actually called Doki Doki Panic. It is the original Japanese version of the game that was released on the Famicom. Mario 2 was deemed too hard for American audiences and was never released until it was brought out on the Super Nintendo cartridge, The All-Stars, as The Lost Levels. They made Doki Doki Panic and reskinned it with Mario characters, and that's what we got over here. So you're right? Kind of.
Yeah.
It's funny, you know, little like I was pissed when I found out, like, we didn't get Mario 2? Got some fucking Doki Doki dig sign? Shit. Now I got to buy a Super Nintendo. Play the real thing.
Bastards.
Aflon07, how long until FTM Transformers start demanding the lower organs of departed men?
I don't know.
That'll be a very, very sad day.
That's why I'm getting cremated.
Yeah, sooner or later, that's probably wind up going to happen. I mean, you're going to wind up with necrosis down there anyway. You might as well get an early start. Put that in your man-made vagina and smoke it.
Oh,
Thumper the sweaty fat guy. Pop equals Freddy times Waldo times Bert. Blake equals Ernie. Snuffleupagus equals me. Rhino equals a Backstreet Boy.
Listen, I love these shirts, man.
Hey, now.
You don't strike me as a Backstreet Boy. You're more of an NSYNC guy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Ascension! I'm going to set the record straight. That belly on pop is not a fat punisher. It is the fuel tank on the whoop-ass machine.
Yeah.
Well, if you got to put a positive spin on it.
Listen, I lost a lot of weight, man.
I know.
I'm down below 200 pounds now.
It's all good. I mean, I still wouldn't recommend wearing that shirt. The Punisher
What, the black
shirt.
striped
the
one?
Punisher shirt?
Yeah, the flabby fisticuff shirt.
Yeah. Listen, I fucked up. I knew I fucked up. I should have had that whole thing stricken before. But
It's stricken from the record.
yeah, that wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, the Paris Attacks video.
I mean, how many times did I say edit that out? And you're like, no.
No. I'm a non-spelling fuck. Edit that out. No. Take it up with my alter ego, Kringlebert McFisticuffs. D-Man50 with a $20 donation. Thank you very much, good sir. We have LS420 Stoner. Out of curiosity, what is your, Blake's, and Red Rhino's thoughts on anarchism in general and the all cops are evil thugs who love violating people's rights? Government in all forms should be banned, anarchists.
That's not going to work out.
No.
Because true anarchy, you turn into basically the strongest man wins.
It's a bad idea.
It's tribalism.
I mean, when you look at what Democrats want, they think popular vote for everything, and yet they claim to be the champion of the minority. No.
Don't get me wrong. If that shit was to happen, I would love to be there and watch some of these people just get royally rat fucked. I will not lift a finger to save them.
They would get spit roasted like your ex.
But I would love to be there when they get their comeuppance and go, see, this is what you get.
It's not like we warned you or anything. That's why we're not a democracy, you shitheads.
Yeah, and just the amount of carnage and peripheral damage would be just monumental.
Yep.
So,
sorry, go ahead.
My opinion on that, man, is I love the concept, the idea of you're the king of your own castle. But you've got to keep in mind, when you're king of your own castle, there's a lot of other kings out there that want your castle too. So you better be ready to defend it.
Exactly.
Absolutely correct.
Because mob rule only sounds like a great idea until the mob comes for you.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's fiction, but look at The Walking Dead. That's kind of what you're looking at in anarchy. You got a bunch of tribes, and everybody's trying to screw over everybody else to be on top.
Yep.
I always thought Walking Dead was just a documentary about life in California. So
actually, I quit watching it midway through the third season. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah, I got over it for pretty fast.
Yeah.
I love the first season because Frank Darabont was the showrunner. That man is a fucking genius. He made Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile, The Mist. I mean, he's fantastic. When they kicked him off the show because the budget was too high.
See you later.
Whatever. Yeah, a little did we know that not even 10 years later we would have Rings of Power with cost over $1 billion.
They're in the hole.
Oh, they're never going to make that money.
1.71 to 1.74 billion dollars.
They're never going to make that money back.
When you add in the production costs, salaries, and the marketing, holy fuck! And the rights to purchase whatever they bought to make this clusterfuck of a show.
Yep, and all the Marvel series are tanking too.
Good. They turned them into propaganda, and I'm not rewarding that with my money.
Shit Hulk.
No. I have no interest in seeing that at all.
Not me either.
We got Dark Pegasus 87. Hold up. Did CNN really just compare sanctuary cities to concentration camps? Would that make the politicians who declared those cities sanctuary cities like a certain dictator? Oh,
just asking.
It's a good question.
That's a very good question for the dictator in chief, Mr. Scratch and Sniff himself.
He tastes all the dicks, and whichever ones he doesn't get to, Come Swallow is there to back him up.
Oh, God.
She's Big Spoon. Successful endeavors. Hitler's free gas policy was to die for. Too much of a burn. Tanker Boy Sabo, I'm back! Been many months. Yes, missed y'all. We missed you too, good sir. Welcome back. Sam Whiskey. Coffee should be black as hell, strong as death, and sweet as love. Muhammad Ali, Ottoman governor of Egypt.
All right.
Not sure if that's a joke or not. It sure seems like one. Dark Pegasus 87. Leftists say they want diversity. Diversity demands differences be represented. Doesn't that make it naturally homophobic?
Yeah.
Yes.
But the thing is, if you really want true diversity, you would show it as per the population.
Yeah, you would have it, and not just in skin color, but in thought as well.
Yes.
Opinions. Because I thought the public square was a place for competing ideas to actually go head-to-head, and the best ideas are the ones that get carried forward. Instead now, we're censoring speech because reasons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hammerhand! He says they already do that. They're passing bills to collect semen from the departed men in the West because no one is donating sperm. It's because now the judges are trying to put sperm donors on the hook for child support because the lesbianics they can't handle it themselves, even though they're strong, independent women, which is code speak for selfish and bitchy.
I got to write that word down.
Lesbianics.
Dude, that's classic.
Have they succeeded putting anybody on child support that donated to the sperm bank?
Yep,
I don't know.
They have. Big Chad the Mad Lad. Not only is Pop Fat Punisher, but he also looks like Fat Freddy Krueger today.
Oh, you guys suck, man. Jesus
Welcome
Christ.
to prime time, bitch. Reaper01, I'm back! Blake Wango Tango in the email. Put this next to Starburst and Munging.
Oh, God!
And we're going to get to that one on New Tech. But Jesse says, Pop, where's Waldo? You took his shirt. I bet he killed him. I bet Pop killed Waldo and took his shirt as a trophy.
He's in the trunk.
Come on, man.
Now he's waistband Waldo.
I'll flip you like a cheese omelet.
All right. Thank you for joining us on YouTube tonight. We're going to read some more chats, and maybe we could do a couple of fucked up but funny on New Tech. What do you say?
think we can.
We got some fucked up but funny videos for you guys. So look for those links where you can continue to watch the stream on New Tech and see some better butts. And, you guys refill your menageries, empty your squirrel bladders, and we'll see you in 5.
All right.
All right.